Hi, this is part 2 of 2 for our Fuyu no Hanashi tutorial. I changed plans a bit, so we are going to cover the chorus, second verse, and the bridge for the song. Also the outro, but outro is basically the same thing as the intro. So, part 1, watch it if you haven't. I'm going to link it in the description first thing. And here we go. So, again, keep on the 5th fret. We're going to be using our F chord, our G, E, A minor, F, and we're also going to be, F minor, and we're going to be using E, E7. Yeah. So we're going to start off with the open high E. So we're going to go 1, 2. Just a little 1, 2. And the chord we're going to be playing this with is F. So after the little slide we did, which is the last thing we learned in the first video, we're going to go to our F chord. And here, you should be able to play the 3rd string twice. So 1, 2, 1, 2. In your F chord shape. Not like the bar chord, but like this with your thumb. You can keep the A string open. I like to keep it open. It makes it a little more different. But up to you. And one thing that I'm gonna remind you again: do not copy exactly what I do. If I make a complicated bass line that you can't exactly copy, don't worry. You can always just do that. That works perfectly fine. As long as you play the right chord and the right melody, it's gonna sound good. So you have those two, and we're gonna move to a G chord. But we're gonna keep, instead of putting a finger on our 3rd fret of the high E, we're just gonna leave it open in like this. So we're gonna do 1, 2 again. So on the open E, and here we're gonna do a little bit of a pull off and a hammer on. So I use my pinky here on the 3rd fret of the B string, and I put my pointy finger on the 1st fret of it, so I can do a little bit of a hammer pull off and a hammer on. So might be a little hard. Again, you can just go, but I like this. And then we're gonna go on to an E. Same thing, except on a different. Same thing as the F, except on a different string. And we're gonna put our pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. So, and then an open G this time. When we were playing F, we put it on the 2nd fret, but now we're gonna do an open G because we're playing in E minor. And then A, and for our A minor, we're basically gonna do the same thing as G. We're just gonna go, except instead of open E, we're gonna do on the 3rd fret of the B string, and we're gonna do a hammer on or a pull off and a hammer on from the 1st fret, open, and then 1st fret. So if we combine that all together, we have our F, G, E minor, A minor. And next, we're gonna go back to our F chord, and we're gonna go again with the 1, 2, and then 1, 2 again. And if you're wondering, I'm doing an F. Well, I should tell you, doing an F chord again, and it's the 2nd string, and then the 4th string on the 3rd fret. So if you transition, and then onto our G, we're gonna do 1st fret. Instead of just going dun dun, we're gonna go dun dun. 1st fret to open, the G, 1st fret, dun dun, and then 1st fret, and then 3rd fret. All this is on the B string. So and then we're gonna go back to the 1st fret. Yeah, like that. So, and then we're gonna go to E minor, And then here we're gonna swap to either E7 or E, whichever one is more comfortable. I like E7. So if we start from that G chord, we go. You can play either way. E7 and E both sound pretty similar. Sometimes I even mix them up, but I'm just giving you two options. So, and here we're gonna go with our A minor, and we need to hammer on this first fret on the high E. So we're gonna use our pointing finger, create a little bit of a bar, and then we're gonna go back to our G. Just open E again. So if we combine that second part of it, we go. Oh, sorry. Again, if you can't do it, try it slowly. Try making it simpler first. A lot of things you can do a lot of things to make it easy on yourself and make it playable. So for the next part, for the chorus, we're just gonna do the same thing. For the third part, I mean, we're gonna do the same thing as the first part. Except here, where you do E, right? You go. Instead, we're gonna change it to an E7 or E, whatever E minors. Sorry, let me re-explain that. So when we do our third part, we do the same F and same G as the first part, except when we're gonna do ba 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 ba, we want to change our E minor, not E, into an E or E7. So, and we're gonna do that on the last beat of it. So we're gonna do 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 do. So, and we're just gonna do the same thing for our A minor, sorry, and then we're gonna do open B, F. You can do the bar one this time. Third fret on the B string, open B string, and then we're gonna do first fret B string and then to an A. So we're gonna add all that together now, slowly. A minor. Here you just want to do whatever pattern you want. The chords are A minor, E minor, G sharp, except we're gonna put our one of our fingers on the fourth fret of the B string. So something like this could work, where we put our middle finger on the low E, fourth fret, our pointing finger on the first fret of the third string, G string, and we put our fourth. We put on the fourth fret of the B string, we put our pinky or ring, whatever more is comfortable. So if we're gonna go off of this A minor on the B string, we're gonna go to E minor. And then we can go to, we can go to this G sharp, and then to A minor with the high E. And now we're on to the second verse. Now, it's basically the same thing as the first verse, except for this very beginning part, where instead of going, we're actually gonna do the little 3. Remember with our E minor, or sorry, whatever chord it was, we did a little 3 strumming, so we're just gonna do the same thing here. So like that, 1, 2, 3. 1. Again, do not copy my exactly same bass lines. You can keep it simple, but the 3 little strums are very important, and that's basically the same thing. So if we play the second verse, Now what I actually do here is instead of the guitar solo, I just do a little bit of a pattern from F to G to E to A, and then F to G to E to A. I forgot to say minor in those. Let me redo that. So F to G to E minor to A minor to F to G to E to A minor. So the little pattern I do is 1, 2, 3, hitting the bass and then hitting my 2 harmonies. So 1, like that. That's the F chord. We go to G. And here's a little bit of an optional part. I do a G right after my A minor. So I'm gonna try the G sharp. And now we're on to the bridge. So we ended off with our A minor. And now we're gonna do first fret of the B string twice, going to the 3rd fret, and then we're gonna go to our open high E. And we're just gonna play the bass note. No harmony. So I'm gonna actually focus on the melody here instead of telling you when to stop bass lines, because the melody here is very important. So 1st fret, 3rd fret, and then you go to open E, and then you 1st fret, and you go to the 3rd fret of the B string. And then you basically want to do back to the 1st fret and then 3rd fret, but I don't recommend doing a hammer on here. You're just trying to make the harmony extremely clear on this part. And we're gonna do open twice to 1st fret and then 3rd fret, still on the B string, and we're gonna do open E. And once we do that open E, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 again with the 1st fret, open 1st fret on the B string. So I'm gonna add that all together. It's still not done. It's just a little reminder. I messed up. Let me redo that. Now here we're gonna do open G, or sorry. We're gonna do 2nd fret on the 4th string D, 2nd fret on the G string, open on the B, and then we go 1st fret. So, and then we're gonna do 3rd fret B, 1st fret open, and then we're gonna go to the 1st fret of the G, which is gonna be our E, and then we're gonna go to we're gonna go open 1st fret, and then we're gonna go to 3rd fret. Just a little bit of pattern there from 1st to 3rd, da, da, da. And then you can go to open E. And you might be wondering, what was this? It's kind of just something I did, trying to experiment while I was recording, and I actually really liked it. So if you want to do that version, it's sorry. So we go from our E. Instead of, we're gonna go with our pinky. And now I'm gonna add the chords. I'm just gonna say them as I go. So And that's just gonna repeat until we get to. It's just open G, first open and then first fret, third fret on the B, and we open from first fret, and then when you on the first fret of the B again. So if we add the bass line of it, we're gonna go from F. Sorry, it's hard to do this while talking. G, E minor, A, and after that you can start adding some harmony. Kind of just do the same thing with our G string, as remember we did in the pre-chorus, we did. Instead we're going to do it with an E, A minor, and then we're going to go to our E. And then you can do that slide once again. Now it's basically the same thing as the chorus. We're just going to do, except this time for our first F and our first G, we're only going to play the bass line, no harmony. So sorry. And harmony now. Life is weird. And here's the outro. We're basically just playing the same thing as the intro, except at the very end where you go. So I'm just gonna play it and I'll show you the difference. Oh shoot, that's not good. We're just gonna end off on an A minor chord. Now let's summarize everything that we learned, and then I'll do a little bit of a cover of it right now actually. So first off with the chorus. Actually, I'm gonna do this slowly. I'm actually gonna skip the second verse since it's almost the same thing. and now I can actually go slow-mo during that bridge part. I just like playing it fast. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's the whole song. If you want to watch a cover, I'll also link that in the description along with the first part. And yeah, bye bye.